providing resources and comfort to caregivers. This is Caregiver Crossing.
Good morning, good afternoon, good day. Welcome to Caregiver Crossing.
That was really nice.
That was beautiful.
Like you really
Absolutely
dragged out the
beautiful.
Thank you.
at the end.
I've been watching a lot of America's Got Talent.
Yeah, you have.
I'm
can
thinking
tell.
very, very honestly about maybe signing up.
Well, do you know where you are right now?
I do know where I am right now. This is Caregiver Crossing, and thank you all so very much for joining us today. If this is your first time, Caregiver Crossing is a show that's brought to you by Joy's House and presented in partnership with Cardon and Associates. We're here, good for you, lucky for you. We're here every week talking about all things caregiving and sometimes a little bit more. But certainly, we would like to lift your spirits in these dark times.
Wow. Her name's Terry Stacy. If you're going to email about anybody, it's with an I. Terry with an I.
Right.
And unfortunately, she's the actual professional in the room.
It's weird, isn't it?
I'm Tina McIntosh. Terry and I
Tina
are co-hosts. We have our beautiful producer. What's your name?
I'm Noah.
He's Noah. Producer Noah.
Producer Noah. Noah, I need your advice on something. So this is Father's Day weekend. Obviously, here we are. It's happening, right? And my husband wants cologne, and I haven't gotten it yet. So I need to, once we leave here, go get some cologne. What kind should I get? Drakkar with 2 Ks?
Oh,
I like
I'm
that.
going to tell you my favorite. I'm big on the Gucci Guilty. I think it
Gucci
smells
Guilty. Can we give you a
quite
sniff?
delightful. I don't
Have
know
you
if
got it
I'm
on today?
Wearing any today. I try not to wear heavy cologne because some of our
Oh,
guests.
that's right. The person to our
yeah.
right is very sensitive. No,
and our
sensitive.
guests.
And
our guests
some
at
of our
Joy's
guests
house.
at Joy's
I don't see
house.
anybody sitting here.
Okay.
We are we're in the locker room, but Gucci Guilty
A
is
locked room. Oh, where is this gone? We're in a studio. Gucci Guilty?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the
Any
way to
others
go.
that I should sniff?
Maybe some. I know there's a gold Versace bottle. I don't know the name of it, but I know it does smell very
She's
nice.
taking your notes. She believes you. She's writing it down.
Our listeners, maybe you should listen too, just in case you want to smell.
Yeah.
Smell
amazing.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they should. I have one right now, female cologne called Juliet Has a Gun.
Oh, that's on the top 5 list.
What?
It is.
I'm so hip.
How did you find that?
My daughter.
Of course.
Maya was
The coolest
home.
kids.
Maya was home for Christmas, at Christmas time. And she wanted it for Christmas. And I was like, that is so expensive. I will get it. And then I smelled it and I was like, and I will get it for me.
And you
It's
did.
so good.
You really like that.
I really like
Did you
it.
have I don't think you have it on today, do you?
Well,
A little bit?
I've been out since 8.
Yeah. Right.
It's whatever time it is. Maybe it's faded. I don't think I put on my clothes appropriately today. I did it more
Okay.
like on my wrist, which you're not supposed to
But
do.
that's you're right on the money. That's the one.
I mean,
You're cool. You are
didn't
cool to the
know.
bone.
Well, okay. So I want to
Father's
talk
Day.
about a couple of things. So, Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all of you who are father figures that are listening and the
Yeah.
people you love.
And for those of you like me, that this is your first Father's Day without your father, I know it's going to be a little bit different. Just a little bit different. Been thinking a lot about it and lots of memories and thinking about Father's Days. And
How are you
Pictures.
feeling?
I feel sad.
Yeah. It
I
seems
feel sad.
appropriate, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels sad. But I know that in years gone by, and if you watch social media, you've seen, people that post and say, this is my first year without my dad, and it's different. So I just was thinking about everybody that this is your first year without your dad. And I know it might be a little bit different, but, this is when we remember and we celebrate the great dads that we had.
I have caught myself saying this particular sentence to people a lot lately. For instance, you saying you feel sad. And my response to you is, this seems like an appropriate time to be sad.
Yeah.
I think so often in our culture, we try to fight off the negative feelings, right? I'm sad. I feel guilty. I feel frustrated, whatever. Like there are certain times it's appropriate to feel those things. And so
Absolutely.
good for you for
Don't
being able to
pretend.
name it and lean into it. If you're sad again, like if you're sad for a week straight, you probably need to figure that out, right? But it's okay to be sad.
It's okay.
So
Absolutely.
thanks for
It's
saying
okay.
that.
No, and I'm thinking about all of you that are going through that same thing. Tina, you've been through it. You understand.
My biological father passed a little over a year ago. And so
Yeah.
we had a Father's Day with him without him last year, but it is something, there's something magical about that clock and the calendar year going by.
It's true. Time does something.
And then my dad who raised me is going through some stuff. And so just, thoughts and prayers for him.
Absolutely.
Please. And
maybe we'll talk about that sometime when you're more comfortable about it, when everybody's more, when you're ready.
I'm comfortable, but it's his story
That's
to tell.
right.
So I have to be very protective of that.
Absolutely.
Not everybody's as open as you and I are about how we share things.
Right.
So
I understand.
thank you all.
But we're thinking about you.
And enjoy the day. And hopefully there are some really beautiful memories. Yeah, no, I'm looking at you too. I don't know if you wanted to say anything. You look like you had a thought.
No, I kind of do. My dad passed away when I was 18, so it is kind of sad to talk about Father's Day. But I want to give a shout out to my girlfriend for inviting me out with her dad to go golfing. Very sweet, very sweet.
I
think
that.
that's wonderful.
Absolutely.
I think that's wonderful. Have you had father figures in your life since your father passed away when you were such a young 18 years old?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, a lot of my family is women. I've 4 sisters and my mom. So basically,
this is why he's so good with us. This is why he's so good with us, because he's okay with women.
But a lot of my dad's friends were mentors to me, and my girlfriend's dad, Jason, he's been very great to me.
Okay.
I remember Big John.
Yes.
I remember your dad
him too,
well.
man. He was so funny.
He was good dude. Well, I see a lot of that in you. And so I think, we all have to remember the legacy carries on with each of us, and it carries on with you too. Mm-hmm. So happy Father's Day, everybody.
Happy Father's Day.
I'm going to switch weird gears here really quick.
That's okay. You go ahead.
And I know we don't have a lot of time, but here's what I want to tell you. I heard something the other day about South Korea, and they have this thing that they call Spaced Out. It's a competition. Has anybody heard of this?
No.
It's in South Korea. It's a 90-minute competition. They're big on competition in South Korea, from what this report said. And it all has to do with how you can space out for those 90 minutes, because they are, as a culture, many people are sick and tired of the go, go, go. The life is busy, all the things that people say to be cool. We were talking about this off air.
Busy bragging.
Right. And working evenings, working weekends. And so spaced out. So for 90 minutes, the competitors have to sit.
Oh, wow.
Not fall asleep. I don't even know that you can close your eyes, and it's about getting your heart rate the lowest.
For 90 minutes?
And so the winner said, I heard her talking, and she said it had started raining, which, imagine that beautiful rain. And she said for about the first hour, all she could think was, I should have sent that email. I should have done that thing. Why didn't I? Whatever it was. And she said then after about 60 minutes, she settled into, I'm going to listen to the rain. I'm not going to fall asleep. I'm not even going to focus on the rain. I'm just going to let it be this noise behind me. And I think we all need to practice some spacing out. Spacing out.
I think that's awesome. Could you do it for 90 minutes, though?
No, because here's my thing. Meditation, I fall asleep. Church, when they say close your eyes and pray, and I close my eyes, and I'm like, yep, God told me to take a nap. Like, I fall asleep.
Fall asleep.
There's no way I could do that. Like that.
90 seconds.
Could
That's
you?
a long time. No.
I don't think I could either.
5 minutes is too much time for me to be sitting still.
Well, we need to take a break. I'm going to try it. I'm going to start right now on spacing out.
Okay. All right. Hey, listen, you're listening to Caregiver Crossing. That's what this show is. It's a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing brought to you weekly by Joy's House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. We're here every Sunday or Saturday or whenever you hear us to bring you support, education, and hopefully a good laugh. For sure. Visit caregivercrossingradio.org to connect with us. You can hear past episodes. You can learn more about caregiver support resources in the community and a whole lot more. That website again is caregivercrossingradio.org. And don't go anywhere, because we're going to be right back with more Caregiver Crossing in just a bit.
Welcome back to Caregiver Crossing. We're your hosts, Tina McIntosh. What's your name, Blondie?
Top.
Okay, that's Terry Stacy. And, we have in studio with us Noah Taylor. Noah.
Hi.
Our producer, and I think he's ready to run. So this is not our fault. Christie Freeze is our guest today. And Christie,
we love her.
Oh, she's a dear friend. She is the founder of Care by Christie, and she's just an all-around, just incredible human. Mm-hmm. So Christie, welcome back to Caregiver Crossing.
Thank you all so much for having me back. It's a pleasure to chat with you.
Well, we love you. And here's the deal. I think since we've really had you on the show, Care for Christie has absolutely taken off. And so for those who aren't familiar, what is Care for Christie?
It's by Christie.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Well,
I like to
Christie.
care for her because she cares for so many other people.
That's so sweet of you to say.
Mm-hmm.
So it is Christie, but let me tell you why it's that, because I think that will help figure it in for you. So CARE actually stands for Creating a Roadmap for Elder Care by me, Christie.
Got it?
Wait, say it again. I'm writing it down. Creating a
roadmap for elder care.
Roadmap for elder care. Wow. Okay, got
And
it.
that's what CARE stands for. And originally, when I first started this idea, I thought, really, it could be CARE by team if it wanted to be. It could be CARE by anybody well-versed in this space and just wanting to be a good resource to families.
I like that. Oh, I like the way you think short and
I
long
do
term.
too. So this is the support, all the support services. What can you do for families?
Yeah, so it's two main offerings. It's real simple. Try to keep it as easy and streamlined as possible. The first way is through the actual Roadmap for Elder Care, which is now available on Amazon. That's a huge win over the last couple of months. So you can literally search in Amazon Roadmap for Elder Care, and it will pop up. That's a kind of do-it-yourself route. And then the second option to do a strategy session. So that is typically hosted on Zoom so that family members from all across the town, state, country, etc. can join that conversation, be all on the same page, hearing the same information. And I record that conversation, send a well-versed, robust recap to everyone that participated so that they're all on the same page, and then make some introductions to resources that make the most sense based on what they told me during that conversation.
Are you serving on any of these statewide committees and work groups that are out there right now, Christie?
No, I am not. So currently I'm just on the board, I'm on the board for the Indiana Park Foundation.
Yeah.
But nothing on nothing really larger than that. I've also really been interested lately in the HR and benefit side of the house.
Amen.
Because I know that caregivers, amen to that.
Mm-hmm.
I just know that this is something that the entire workforce has been navigating, however, talking about it openly.
Mm-hmm.
But when their employees have to take off work or leave work or quit their jobs entirely to a caregiver, I just think that we could avoid some of the turmoil and rockiness that comes with that.
Okay.
Just if they were a little bit more.
Well, so here's the deal. I want to talk with you. There are, and I think this is important for listeners to know too, we have such a spotlight on caregiver support and education in the state of Indiana right now. And we have such a spotlight on how we age well in our state of Indiana, in Illinois, across the nation, really. And so you and I will talk offline about that. But here's why I think it's important. You have, Christie, you have been in this industry for a long time, and you deeply, deeply care. And what I hear you saying is you want to be a part of the movement, right? On how we age well and how we care. And so, can you give us an example of some of the services that you have done to help families who are navigating that caregiver journey, maybe some practical experiences?
Yeah, so I always like to share an example of multiple family members that are in the decision process. So this is going to be more on the strategy side of what I offer, but having the ability to hear, typically it's the oldest daughter, right, that's kind of running charge on these things. And not always, but most often. And so I had an experience recently where there were actually 8 siblings all on the Zoom call together. I know. But listen, the more the merrier, the spicier the I'm super here for it. Because I know that it's, I just know that those emotionally charged conversations are a result of not having all the information sometimes. And so I believe when we can give everyone a strong foundation that they can build upon, and also determining which roles are the best fit for people. So in this example, there were 2 sons specifically that were far away. They did not live in Indiana. And the family members that live in Indiana felt like those 2 brothers did nothing. They didn't care about mom. They didn't care about having And that's not necessarily the case. They just didn't know where they fit into this puzzle. And so by determining, what their strengths are, what they're already really good at, we can give those people roles and give them a seat on the bus so that they do feel included. They do feel part of this process. And it actually helps. There was a sister that didn't want anything to do with the finances, and that was really weighing her down. That was something that he was really well versed in. So let him help you in that way.
Love it.
So that's kind of a broad example, but I can see that theme transfer through all of the conversations that I'm having. Obviously, it's not always 8 siblings or 8 family members, but just being on the same page, just knowing what everyone's strengths and weaknesses are in a super neutral. We don't need to be emotionally charged at this stage. It's really just like gathering the information and becoming a really educated, member or caregiver or son or daughter, and then go advocate confidently for your loved one once you have the information to do so.
Christie Freeze is with us, and she has created Care by Christie. Have you been a caregiver, Christie?
Not directly for an aging loved one. I just got into senior living when I had just turned 21. I recently am 33. And so I've been in this space and helped so many families navigate it that I take on as my own family and feel like I have 100 sets of grandparents, but not personally.
No, but that original version, that vision you had right in the beginning, is it changed considerably to today, from then to today?
For Care by Christie?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think because I thought that I was going to have the opportunity to do so many things in person, I had, these ideas of similar to what Joyce House offers in the sense of a day away retreats and having all of these, kind of extracurricular type resources for folks. And I started my business in February of 2020, right before the pandemic. It was really solid timing on my end, but it actually afforded me the ability to do so many more virtual offerings.
Yeah.
And they opened up the idea to do these strategy sessions, regardless if everyone is, local or not, on Zoom, because we can record that conversation and it's neutral in the sense that everyone's joining from wherever they're most comfortable. Right. And then can reference that conversation when needed.
All right. How do people get a hold of you? If they're like, hey, I like this chick.
Yeah.
I like this chick. I like what she has to offer. I want more.
I like what she's saying. So carebychristie.com is my website. It is recently revamped and beautiful and has a ton of great resources on it. I'm also on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, all those just at Care by Christie. And Christie is Christie. But yeah, you can find me on any of the social media platforms, website, Amazon now. So yeah, for sure, reach out if you're interested in more information or have any questions.
Wonderful. We're going to take a break. Christie's going to stick around with us, and we hope you do too. So give us just a moment here. We'll be right back. You are listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you as a service of Joyce House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. And we have locations in Broad Ripple and near the University of Indianapolis campus. We pride ourselves on providing exceptional adult day services for individuals living with life-altering diagnoses and compassionate support for family caregivers throughout the community. We love our guests at Joyce House, and we love our family caregivers. So you all get stuck with us forever because we just fall in love. At Joyce House, we believe that everyone deserves to live their best life regardless of their abilities. And you can learn more about us, either our adult day or our caregiver support services, by calling 317-254-0828. Again, 317-254-0828, or by visiting joycehouse.org today. That web address again is joycehouse.org. Stick around. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing right after this.
Welcome back to Caregiver Crossing. Hello again, Christie. Christie is here. Christie.
What a weird welcome.
It was on my paper.
Christie is here. She's super gemmed.
Hello, Christie.
No, stop it. Welcome back, everybody, to Caregiver Crossing. Terry Stacy along with Tina McIntosh.
Sorry, I'm going to take over because I think
Producer Noah is here.
Terry is choking on a Ricola right now.
Ricola.
That's so funny.
Anyway, Christie Freeze is here. Care by Christie. We've had her talk. We talked to her in the last segment. We continue our conversation now. Christie, thanks for hanging on for a minute. We're interested in learning more about the Roadmap for Elder Care, which is the book. So talk a little bit about that before we get in too deep about other stuff that we want to talk about.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to give you the greatest high level.
Okay.
So it actually says this on the Roadmap for Elder Care, that it is a simple guide equipping you with tools and resources for elder care ease. A lot of ease in that whole thing.
Well, it's important. Care by Christie, and this book, this new book. Is it new?
It's been around for a while, but it just got released on Amazon in February.
Okay, so it is kind of new to everybody in the world.
Yes.
And so what really inspired you to create this guide, and who's it primarily designed for?
Yeah, so let's start with who it's primarily designed for. It is primarily for caregivers. I do have some information in here that I think would be helpful to those that are serving in the, healthcare space, senior living space, anything like that. But it really was designed for caregivers. And this idea came to me because I have worked in senior care and senior living since 2012. Mm-hmm. And my job was technically I was in a sales role, but I always joke that I was a bad salesperson, because if you walked in and you're telling me your family dynamic and it doesn't make sense for the community I was representing, you're not moving in here. Because we're just not going to perpetuate the cycle of a negative experience, right? I think that sometimes people have had a negative experience, and that's now the belief that they hold around what this looks like. And so I was just really intentional about creating a network of other resources, other communities, other services. And throughout the years of having families walk in, me hearing their story and kind of needs matching and connecting them to the right resource, mm-hmm. I thought, man, there should be a resource that exists that kind of houses all of this in a one-stop shop. Yeah. That's not necessarily like a novel, because who wants to sit down and read that in the height of their caregiving journey? Nobody. So this is literally just a 36-page, very easy guidebook. It's, it's kind of set up like a workbook. I know we're going to talk a little bit more about what's inside of it, but that's kind of what sparked this. Is I thought, at that point I had really interacted and engaged with hundreds of families that were all walking in with the same confusion, uncertainty. How do we navigate this? What do we do? And so I've just kind of, accumulated all of these examples, resources, support options, and put them into one booklet. So
do give us an example of how that roadmap has actually helped a caregiver navigate a really difficult, challenging situation.
Yeah, so I will tell you, it's actually not what the original roadmap had inside of it that this example is around. So after doing some one-on-one sessions with just caregivers, I wasn't doing the full strategy sessions at that time, but there was a caregiver who really came to me for more self-care mental health support. And it encouraged and inspired me to add 5 pages of self-care practices, ideas, really practical tips into this book. And that is what I've personally got the most feedback on from caregivers themselves, saying, man, I probably wouldn't have gone to Amazon looking for self-care basics. I probably wouldn't have, sought out some of these practices, but because they were already in this roadmap, I started to apply them to my life. So one of those is really just around like affirmations and creating some time and space for yourself. But there's a ton of really great just tips on self-care and some things that are, like I said, practical, don't take a lot of time, but make a really big impact.
It's Christie Freeze, Care by Christie, and this book that we're talking about is The Roadmap for Elder Care. I'm Terry Stacy. Tina McIntosh had to step away for just a minute, but producer Noah's got a question.
I have a question for you, Christie. How does
Tell me, Noah.
I've been very excited to talk to you. How does the roadmap equip caregivers and healthcare professionals with the skills that they need?
Yeah, so great question. And I would say first and foremost, and it's page 2 in the roadmap, is a list of what I call care keys. And it's just vocabulary that those of us within the space or the industry use very interchangeably.
Oh.
And we use this, you know what I mean? Like CCRC or SNF or VA, or there are things that we use like it is just like what we were born learning how to speak. And I can see, because of the amount of families that I've worked with now, I can see their face kind of go blank, or then get like a little bit of a glazed over look when you're like, I don't actually know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So it's just 2 pages. It's in alphabetical order of, and it starts with adult day, ironically. But it talks about, some of the terminology that's used and giving, and it's not Wikipedia or like, a very too difficult to understand definition. They're literally just my definitions of what these words mean, so that when families or professionals that are new to the space hear them, they know what we're talking about.
Christie Freeze again, Care by Christie. You got another question, Noah?
Christie, how do you ever update the roadmap, or does it ever stay up to date with any latest caregiving practices?
Yes. So that's one of the greatest things about it being on Amazon now. And even prior to Amazon, the roadmap actually lives as a PDF download on my website. And the benefit of that, and why I've chosen to go that route and chosen to go the Amazon route, is that these pages can be updated, something as simple as even like a typo or me maybe wanting to reword something. I can update that and it lives dynamically on Amazon or on my website. So
awesome.
Yes, to answer your question, I do try to keep it, honestly, I go through this roadmap probably every 6 months just to kind of see if this is still what the landscape looks like. Is this still the feedback I'm getting? And there's not always a massive change. The last big upgrade was adding the 5 pages of self-care, but the content itself really didn't change a ton. But I really think that the self-care and mental health pages are really important to have added.
Christie, how can we get the roadmap for elder care?
Well, listen, you can go where you get everything that you buy for yourself and your family on Amazon.com. And you can, in the search bar, it's as simple as typing in roadmap for elder care. It'll pop up. You can have that right there, order it. I will send out just a special offering. I just did this recently with another show that I was on. And if anyone does purchase the roadmap on Amazon and sends me just a copy of their receipt to Christie at carebychristie.com, I will send them the PDF download as well, just to have that as another, feel free to send that PDF version to friends or family members. So happy to extend that offer here as well.
Christie,
just
thank
shoot me an
you.
email with the receipt.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to talk to us. We will have you back soon.
You're so
I know
welcome.
for sure. We've got to take another break. We'll be right
can't
back.
wait.
Thank you so much. Don't go anywhere.
Awesome.
You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you weekly by Joyce House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. We are here every week to bring you support, education, and hopefully a good laugh. Visit caregivercrossingradio.org to connect with us, hear past episodes, learn more about caregiver support resources in the community, and much more. That website again is caregivercrossingradio.org. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing shortly. Welcome back to Caregiver Crossing. Joining me today are your co-hosts.
Who are you?
I'm the producer. I'm Noah Taylor. I'm not a co-host.
But Noah keeps us in line with
I try.
everything.
Takes care of everything.
Well, I'm Tina McIntosh.
I'm Terry Stacy.
Hello.
Hi.
So, for our last segment today, we have some questionnaires from our listeners.
Mailbag.
From our
Mailbag.
listeners. Mailbag.
I like when you do that.
Thank you.
Can you do
Yeah.
it again?
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
time?
Mailbag. Mailbag.
Oh, okay.
Let's just let everybody know you can get your questions answered too. And you do that by sending Tina Bina a question
Absolutely.
Email
Okay.
me,
Yes.
Tina at joyshouse.org.
Yeah, please.
Tina.
wherever you are. I'd like to hear from y'all in Illinois. How you're enjoying the show.
Oh, yeah.
What topics are important to you? Send it to Tina.
Tina at joyshouse.org.
Yep.
What do we have in the mailbag today?
Well, first up, we have a question from a listener named Kara. She wants to know, what are some engaging activities I can do with my loved one to keep them mentally and physically active?
Horseback riding.
Sounds fun to me.
engaging activities that you can do with your loved one to keep them physically and mentally, active. All right, I'm going to start with this. I'm going to say something here. Ready?
Ready.
Don't do everything for them. I know that's not an activity, like a planned activity, but stop doing everything for your loved one. Oh, you want that? Terry was eating Ricola earlier. You want that? Let me open that for you, Terry.
Right.
Oh, no, wait, you dropped that on the floor. Let me pick it up for you.
Right.
You want the blinds open? Let me open that for you. Stop doing everything. If your loved one can still do some of these things, let them do it. It's good for them. The dexterity to open, wrappers and to place things on a counter. It's really important that we let them continue doing things. I actually recently, my mother-in-law lives with us, and she is the sweetest woman you're ever going to meet. She is now, I think, 76. Everybody wants to do everything for her. And we go to softball games. And so she and I will ride together in softball games. And, everybody, they see us get in the back, and she's not frail and elderly. I mean, she's an active 78-year-old woman. Oh, let me carry that for you, Nana. Let me get that for you.
It's insulting.
I said to her,
I think it might be insulting for some. It would be insulting for me as I get older. People try to do things for me too. I mean, I'm there. Can I carry this for you? Let me help you carry this. A lot of that comes around, and I know you mean well, but I'm okay.
But what if we switch it to this? Hey, Nana, if you need any help carrying that chair, let me know.
Good.
And that's what I told her. I'm not going to just do everything for you, because then you will stop doing it and we will see a decline.
That's it.
Right?
That's
so
it.
I know that's a little bit of a different twist, Kara, on the answer to your question, but I think we are so prone to do all the things for other people and just encourage them.
I think that's a fantastic answer.
Yeah,
including bending over.
Oh, yeah.
You drop something, you bend over to pick it up. That's going to tell a whole story. If I'm wobbly when I bend over, you're going to know my balance is off, or I'm getting dizzy or whatever. So,
but if you want to do, like the mentally and the mentally things, and you want to be a part of that, I think she wants to be a part of that too. I mean, maybe that's puzzles. Maybe
oh my goodness,
just come and do these fun things like that.
It's helping set the table for dinner.
Right.
It's letting the dogs out. It's doing the everyday things are really, really important. So all right.
Mentally and physically.
Mailbag.
And
Next.
our next question is from a listener named Nancy. She'd like to know, what are some tips for making my home safer for my loved one who has mobility issues or is maybe a fall risk?
Making your home safer for a loved one who has some kind of a mobility issue or might be a fall risk. So there are some basic ones we hear all the time. What do you think the first thing that people always say is?
It's remove rugs.
That's it.
Right?
Yeah.
Take the rugs away.
Yep.
No rugs.
Now, we all, you've heard it 1,000 times, remove the rugs. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you've ever had a mobility issue, remember I shattered my ankle and had surgery?
Oh, yeah.
Tripped on a stupid rug. I tripped on a stupid rug. Because why? I didn't remove the rug.
Well,
so that is important. Also, I would say lighting is a huge thing. If we can't see, that causes problems, but it's lighting where you place it. Nowadays, you can get those that, are battery operated and you stick on a wall. So you can't use the excuse of, I don't have, power run to that area.
True.
The stairs are super important. If nothing else, light at the top and the bottom of the stairs, the bathroom, because we're all getting up, maybe a little light in the bedroom or the hallway. So lighting up the house is really, really important too. This isn't necessarily making it more accessible, but I highly recommend alarm systems. You all sleep better when you can put an alarm system on, and whether it's motion detected or it's just the doors opening, helps give us some peace. Of course, the grab bars, the stair lifts, don't play in them. They're not toys, although they look fun.
they sure do. They do.
Ramps, but it's other things too, like if you have a dresser and it's too high for your loved one, maybe who now uses a wheelchair, lower the dresser. Get a lower dresser. Make sure that they can tell you what they can and can't reach too. If they're able to tell you, use their voice and listen to them. So does that help?
I think that's
Yeah,
incredible. Thank you, listeners, for asking these questions again. Our next question is from a listener named Ruby. She would like to know, how can I help my loved one deal with their own emotions about needing care?
Okay. I'm going to go back to last week's show. We had Dr. Monique Nugent on, a hospitalist out of Boston. And we asked the question about how doctors could learn more about the patients. And we had a conversation about listening. I said, is it as simple as them being able to take the time to listen? And she said, listen and believe them. And that has stuck with me. So talk with them. don't be afraid to talk with them. I'm going through this with somebody in my life right now, and we're talking about, do you fight the disease that you've just been given a diagnosis for, or do you let it, let it take over and you succumb to it? There's not a wrong answer. But what do I want for this person? I want this person to fight, right? Work out and fight through this diagnosis and take all the meds. And if this person doesn't want to do that, but instead just says, no, I think I'm just done, I can't project what it is that I want. And so I think it's really important that we have conversations. We're not afraid to have them, and we listen and believe them. All right, last one. I know we have to go after that.
All right, we've got one more question from our listener. How can I stay organized with my loved one's medical appointments and medication schedule?
Oh, I can answer that in 8 seconds.
Yep.
Get a therapist? No, I'm kidding. Go to visit caregiverway.org. We've got forms on there that can help you to keep everything organized. Visit caregiverway.org. It is a Joy's House service. Or email me, again, tina@joyshouse.org, and I can connect you. Before we go, I'll just take over. I mean, talking a lot, but we do want to thank our friends at Cardon and Associates. They have over 20 communities owned, operated, and managed in the Midwest with over 40 years of senior living experience. And they provide residents with the best senior living options and personalized care. Cardon and Associates. Well, until next week, we are Caregiver Crossing. We love you guys. Until next time, take good care of each other.